Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. It's Taco Tuesday. It is March the 7th, and yes, my body is absolutely aching from that accident yesterday. I've It's going to be a rough one, but I've been through this before, and don't worry, I will continue to monitor, alert, one-on-one, private message. Today's Powell. And although this might be a little bit early in the morning for you all, you're going to get Jerome Powell at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, there is usually a written statement about what he is going to make as his opening remarks that comes out prior to. But since you're going to get Jerome Powell at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to go ahead and get you warmed up right here.
So long, man. Have a good rest.
Fuck you! Help me! Taking maybe one step more.
Yeah. So now that we're ready to go, now that it's Taco Tuesday, and now, more importantly, I want to bring your attention to 3 green closes. 3 green closes above the previous close. I put it there in your email how absolutely fucking disgusting these last 12 sessions have been, how we've been closing below the open. But here we are. We're still up here at 40.48. So I've got some notes down here from quite a while back. You had 3 in a row back in November off the low, 36.98. You had 3 in a row the week after the 2022 low in October. You had 4 in a row when we went from 38.87 to 41.20 in 4 days, and the very next day was the CPI drop. You had 3 in a row in August, twice you had that in July. You had 4 in a row, 4 green closes in a row above the previous close the week of July 4th, and 3 times in a row, twice in May, when you hit the 43.08 double top and after we went down and closed below 38.55, the bear market line. So here we are in 2023, and I've covered it before. Here you can see back in January at the end going into February, we had 3 green closes in a row, and then 41.95 occurred during that third one, and we ate shit. Back in January, you had the unicorn riding the leprechaun and throwing shit all over everybody when we had 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row as we went up there to that 4,003. So, again, this is only data. All that it is data. Like that rumor that Joe Biden is going to step down this weekend and they're going to move Kamala Harris up to president. It's a rumor. We don't trade rumors. We trade charts, and the charts are right there in front of us. And we filled that gap. We knew we were going to fill that gap. We started the week out knowing we were going to fill that gap. That was why we had those calls from a week ago Thursday as we placed that big bottom, which was right down here. I think this was at 3 o'clock in the morning. The email went out, I think, at 5 o'clock, if not 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday to get into those calls, and those calls went all the way into the money with those 407 calls. So here we are, we're trolling on this 405 right now on SPY, and you're not going to get an indication as to which way this is going to head until you get to Powell. Powell's going to be coming out in the morning. From a wider point of view, this is your SPX downward channel since we posted that high there on February, 41.95, and this trend line is nothing but a visual aid. There's nothing exact about it. But as you can see, we were having these little spikes up above it. We had this one over here. And that's exactly what we just had here with the gap up yesterday and then the close right down on it. Just from a visual aid point of view, this gap, more or less insignificant. This is more important what you're talking about right here, right? Right over here, down here at this 39.82 is what everything is pointing to. You've got every indicator out there, especially the 4 hours getting overbought yesterday, the dailies having reached back to overbought. The hourlies showing sell divergences. What we're starting to see here with the VIX and the VIX using that 1811, you can go out there and read stuff that's going to tell you about Volmageddon and all different kinds of other crap about the VIX being broken. You can read stuff about how, rubbing peanut butter on your ass is going to take pimples away. You can read a lot of stuff out there. I've been doing this a long time. When I see that VIX 1811 and we're above it, something big is going to come and the VIX is going to get spiked up and the market is going to get a dip. That's the way that it is. When we're down below it, and we've been down below it for a long period of time, when we reach up to it, I know that that is it. The dip is over and it is time to start getting into calls again. But unfortunately, that doesn't work as good as it does with puts, because when you're buying puts with an 18 VIX, you're getting a double whammy. You get a spike on the VIX, you're getting a price increase on your premium. You get a spike on the VIX, it's because the stock market's going down, which is giving you a spike on your contract price. When you're down here and you're buying calls because you got up to 1811, okay, yeah, the market's going up again. Yeah, and the VIX is going down again. So you bought at the highest VIX possible. So you basically bought a loaf of bread at $5. And even though the loaf of bread is, tastes like it's $10, you could be able to buy it for $3 in a couple of days because the pricing is going to go down. So this is what a lot of bulls that I am friends with have. And when they told me the number, I didn't know how the hell they came out with the number. And I all just went out and said, bam, bam. Oh, now I see what you're talking about. There's a lot of bullish talk about us dropping down to 38.11, possibly testing that December low at 37.64 as we head into April. March is never a good month, never has been, shouldn't be. We don't have anything spectacular taking place that's going to say we're going up to 4,300. So because of the way that the events have taken place over the past 3 days, we have zero choice except to take on this drop and the bounce back up to it and look at it with a massive amount of doubt that you're going to be able to continue this higher and hold it higher, as the bull thesis from the 200-day moving average visit is it has to close no less than 40.57. Obviously, we failed that yesterday, closing at 40.48, almost closing red below Friday's close. And now with 3 days in a row, I have zero doubt we are closing down today. We closed down below 40.20. We're back inside ping pong, and the magnet of ping pong is that 39.80, with the 50-day having now moved up to right around where that trend line is coming off the October and December lows. So we will see what happens when that comes through. So as we go into 10 o'clock today, this is another way to get you prepared, and I hope you enjoy your Taco Tuesday, because this one is going to be a little more adventurous than prior ones. This will get you ready for it.
Viens pas faire le ninja, le Kagawa Shinji. J'ai ce qu'il faut dans mon caleçon Undies. Ramène tes rappeurs, je vais leur mettre des plus 10 pour le T, disque d'or pour Théo la justice. J'ai toujours accepté la critique pour avoir la patte droite à Rakitic. Pas de ceux qui perdent et qui quittent. Titulaire sur le terrain, je tire les pénaux, les free kicks. De ma génération, je suis la pépite. Écouté par les grandes et les petites. Prépare-toi, y'a les képis. Sacré pute, tape une piquée. Cache la bonbonne de bœuf dans l'ascenseur en brrr. Viens à midi, fais ton bénéf en brrr. Book avant brrr, paye pas en brrr. Parle mal en brrr, brrr, brrr. Incroyable comme le thé de la daronne, Nazako, je préfère